Hello everybody, I'm Emikata and welcome to Agogo Level 2. In the last class we talked about the basic samba groove as well as partido alto and how to play a basic virada. And here I want to talk a little bit more about some more advanced techniques as well as some things you can do with telecoteco on Agogo. So after you get the basic idea of playing two-part like high and low grooves, there's an element you can add where you squeeze the two bells together and that becomes a rhythmic aspect of what you're playing. Now this doesn't work on all bells. Most stuff you're going to see in samba schools, they're designed to squeeze, but there are some agogo out there that are very fixed and you are not able to squeeze them. So just make sure you're not trying to hurt yourself squeezing a bell that is not meant to be squeezed. But this one here, you can squeeze them together and get that little chink sound, which is really cool. Now when you're just getting started working on the squeeze technique, don't even worry about a samba pattern yet. You're just going to start alternating between your low and your high bell and cutting the rhythm in half with the squeeze. So you would go low, and this is just getting used to the dexterity of it, the timing of it. You can do that just so your hand gets used to that feeling. You're going to have very nice, strong hands after doing this a whole bunch. So let me take this idea to the basic samba pattern that we did last time, the dung ki ding gong gong king king. You're going to fill in or start building the pattern and add in a squeeze, one squeeze at a time in this particular pattern. So if we start with let's start at beat 2. A 1, a 2. So with beats 2 and 3, you're playing just 2 and 3 and in this pattern. Bong, gigi, gong, gong, king, king. So you can fill in 16th notes in those spaces with the squeezes. Easy, no problem. The other places you can put a squeeze there is going to be in the space between gong, king, king, and at the end, bong, gigi, gong, gong, king, king, gong, gong. You have a little bit bigger space there, where technically you could fit 2 16th notes in there. You're probably not going to fit 2 squeezes in there though, so you can choose whether to put it on the E or on the and. Because of how samba works in its syncopation and its clave orientation, you want to put, in this particular case, around beat 1 and 4, more syncopated stuff. So you would use the E in both of those situations, and that's going to sound like this. You can check out the notation, break that down in your own time, as slow as you need to go. I would say you don't need to do these squeezes all the time. I would actually recommend to not do them all the time. But say, for example, the agogo gets a solo or has their moment to shine, it adds a lot of texture and flavor to what you're doing, as well as feel. Alright, so we're going to look at telecoteco now, and a cool way to play it on this bell, since you have 2 different sounds to choose from. Normally you play this on tambourine, you only have 1 sound. You can kind of create a little bit of a melodic phrase between the 2 drums, or the 2 bells. So this telecoteco, we're going to do the one that's more close to what Portela does, where it's going to go ba ba da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba ba, like that. And we're still going to do that intro bar, so you can check that out there. And when we start, we're just going to alternate every bar. 1 bar high, 1 bar low, 1 bar high, 1 bar low. And then you go half a bar high, half a bar low. Then a beat high and a beat low. And I'll play it out for you and it'll hopefully make sense. Here we go. From the intro bar, starting on the high bell. Ready, and... again. Back to the top. Half. Half again. Last time. So that's a fun little phrase you can throw in just so you're not always playing the same thing over and over again. And if you have a section of bells, it's a nice little feature for the agogos. So you can also, with the same pattern with telecoteco, you can add in all of those squeezes. And telecoteco already is kind of built that way when you're playing it on tambourine. Typically, you tap the back of the tambourine as a time filler for all those syncopated notes. So you just do the same thing here. Everywhere that you would tap on the back of the tambourine to play telecoteco, you just put a little squeeze in there. So for example, 3, 4. That's cool and it's fun. So again, take it nice and slow. Make sure you're not putting it in gratuitously and not serving a function. Make sure it's groovy and it swings and it's not feeling forced. So take it as slow as you need to and slowly work your way up to more samba tempos. So let's just start with a virada and then go into this longer phrase. About here. 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3. And squeeze. It's fun. It adds this whole other feel to it and kind of adds to the dampening effect of the bells as well, because after you ring it, it stops when you squeeze. So these are just some ideas that you can play with. Like I said before, there are tons of different agogo patterns that you can play with, but in general, if you're responsible for playing this drum, because it is the most piercing metallic thing that cuts through the ensemble, your time needs to be on point. So get out that metronome, make sure you spend time just making sure you're tapping your foot, stepping along, and not leading your entire ensemble astray. Catch you next time.